Right, the last part of the cryosphere we're going to talk about is the frozen ground, what's beneath our feet. Um, since the early 1980s, permafrost temperatures have increased by about 2 degrees Celsius, and permafrost thickness has shrunken by about 90 centimeters. Okay. So, what are the impacts of permafrost thaw? Again, you might be thinking, well, permafrost only exists in really, really cold places like northern Alaska, northern Canada. Why do I care if that's melting? Well, it has impacts on human society, right? You can imagine if you built your house, your community on frozen ground, and then that frozen ground melted, your community might sink down into that soppy mess, which is currently happening. It also creates a positive feedback loop that impacts the entire world. All right, so our positive feedback loop here is that as the earth warms and permafrost melts, the organic material in that permafrost decays and releases CO2 and methane into the atmosphere, which is greenhouse gases, which causes temperature to increase, which then melts more permafrost, releases more greenhouse gases, causes temperature to increase, and we get stuck in this positive feedback loop. So thawing of permafrost in the Arctic can actually impact your day-to-day life here in Georgia. And this isn't just happening on the surface of the earth, it's also happening underneath the ocean surface on the seafloor. Because we have basically what's permafrost on the seafloor. We call it frozen hydrate or methane hydrates on the ocean floor, but it's the same thing, that those frozen seafloor melting and putting out methane into our atmosphere. Now, methane hydrate is actually really interesting, or gas hydrates. They're estimated to hold more carbon than all of the world's other fossil fuels combined. And many countries, including the US, China, and Japan, are researching how to extract this energy. So like rather than mining fossil fuels out in Texas, we might turn to mining gas hydrate on the frozen ocean floor. It may be the next fuel revolution, or it may be made irrelevant by renewables, depending on where the future goes. Also, you can hold it in your hand and light it on fire, which is pretty cool.